What's going on everyone? Jammers here, back with another Street Fighter V video. And this video here is the 7th and final video in the A Beginner's Guide to R.Mika series. It's sad that the series has to come to a close, but you know what they say. All great things must come to an end, or something like that. Now this final topic that I'll be covering is again something I've covered in the past, but it was really long and I know a lot of people haven't got the time for long-winded videos. In previous episodes I've tried to cover as many basic things as I possibly can regarding R.Mika as a character. But what happens when she goes up against other characters? Does Mika do well against them? Does she struggle against them? Well, how about we go over some things that you may want to consider when looking into our 7 Colored Bombers matchups. This video isn't a definitive matchup guide for R.Mika, but more like a decent points of reference to help you get started. Now the first thing you are seeing here, and this is something that every Mika player should consider, is how the entire Street Fighter V cast tackles her dropkick. As we know, dropkick is one of Mika's go-to and most prevalent tools in her repertoire, but as I've stated in a previous episode, she can get severely punished for attempting to use it. The reward opponents get for correctly punishing dropkick varies from character to character, but what you need to know as a Mika player is how much damage does the opponent get and what is the situation afterwards. By having this knowledge, you can determine when you risk using it or even try to test the opponent by feinting the dropkick and trying to land a bigger punish yourself. The next thing you may want to start looking into when studying Mika's matchups is where EX Shooting Peach can actually be used. As mentioned in the previous episode, EX Shooting Peach has great utility, but the things you should be asking yourself when trying to use this move in a defensive manner are things like, can it punish this move? Can it whiff punish a certain normal? Can it break through a certain block string? Questions like that. When the move hits, you'll be rewarded, but when the move is blocked, you will get punished. This stuff we already know. Again, by having this knowledge, you will then know where EX Shooting Peach gets a guaranteed punish and where you can potentially use it in the neutral. Moving on to the third thing that will help you understand Mika's matchups a little better is knowing where her VReversal Peach Gator is guaranteed to connect. In every matchup there will be a particular move or certain pressure string where if you have V meter and want to break out of the pressure, Peach Gator will definitely work and reset the situation to neutral. As I mentioned in the past, Mika doesn't have a lot of defensive options, so you most certainly want to know where the one she does have at her disposal works. Mika's VReversal is one of the better VReversals in the game, and by knowing where you can guarantee a V-reversal with Mika, you will then come to realize that in some matchups, you may not need the V-trigger to acquire the win, which will result in you being more confident in your neutral game. Now the final thing I want you guys to look into is something that can be a bit tedious, but it goes a long way and will definitely improve your knowledge, and that is knowing your opponent's defensive options. Each character's defensive options differ, some have more options than others, but most players know how to find out a character's defensive options outside of the universal ones pretty easily. What is their fastest normal attack? Do they have an invincible reversal? Do they have an armored attack? By having this knowledge, every time you score a knockdown or put the opponent under pressure with Mika, not only will you know the different wake up timings, but you'll also have a better understanding as to what options the opponent has available to them in each scenario. And that's pretty much it for the video, people. Hopefully by watching this video you have more of an incentive to hit the training room and really develop your matchup knowledge. Just to reiterate, this isn't a definitive matchup guide for beginners, but I felt these 4 points made are a good starting point for any Mika player wanting to level up. Understanding matchups to a T in fighting games isn't something that you can improve overnight. It requires experiencing them for yourselves online or offline to better your perspective, watching the matchups at different levels of play, usually intermediate to high level, and of course hitting the training room to gain more knowledge to better prepare yourselves for when you encounter the matchup again. Let me know how you felt about the video in the comments below. Did the content make sense? Should I have discussed something else instead of the points made in this video? All feedback is greatly appreciated. I will leave video links in the description below regarding videos I've done in the past regarding matchup knowledge stuff for Mika if you wish to understand them on a deeper level, as well as other necessary video links. If you've enjoyed the video and have not subscribed to the channel, then why not subscribe? If you don't want to, then it's not the end of the world. I'll also leave my other social media outlets in the description below if you want to follow me on those as well. And that's it for the series, folks. Thanks for staying with me until the end, and hopefully you enjoyed the content. I have other content ideas lined up, but if you have any suggestions, then let me know in the comments below. This has been your boy HG Jammers, and I will see you guys on the next video. So until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.